I am back again with the second video out of 3 of the stuff that Everdrive ME sent me of Crick's products, so we're gonna crack on in on this. I love how concise their packaging is. It's always the same, it always looks nice, it always cuts the mustard and makes it to me. I've never had an issue, you know, coming from Ukraine, knock on wood, of course. All right, let's take a look-see here. We have the Everdrive N8 Pro, which I don't have. I can't even think of, oh, I have the other cartridge that I reviewed that's made by hand from a company. I think it's an Eastern European product. I reviewed a product already that's handmade. The name is difficult for my American tongue to pronounce, so I'm just going to put it at the bottom of the video now, right there. Anyway, so this would be, this is gonna probably dunk on that thing, but it is what it is. Oh, and you know, conversely, in my NES, I have a full-size Everdrive N8. In fact, let's just crack this open because I don't know. Okay, yeah. So I have the one that's the size of a Nintendo cartridge, and it's transparent red in my NES. Okay, this one comes with the user manual this time. Okay, cool. Oh, beautiful. And it might just be because these older Everdrives, these Everdrives for older consoles need a bit more context because they can't do as much on the screen. But this one's a Pro, so I bet it does way more. We'll read the backside of the boxes here in a moment. But this is beautiful. This is magnificent, and it's got this button on the top, micro SD card slot. It is interesting. There's a micro USB port on the back. I can only imagine that it's for development purposes, like the USB port on his other cartridges. Let's crack into the Super Everdrive X5 and X6. Now I do have a couple other, I think I have a couple other Everdrives for the Super Nintendo. Yeah, I have one in my Super Nintendo, and what it's the SX, oh my god, the FX Pack Pro, and then the other one is the Everdrive, Super Everdrive, probably X7, I think is what it is. But anyway, I've already compared those, so we'll be comparing these to those as well. So that way you can just know exactly what you're getting from the equation, should you choose one of these. Now, that's cool. It just wants you to scan the QR code, and it takes you right to a page that has the operating system updates. Let's take this one out. I do like how these are color-coded, unlike the last video where I showed the 2 different Sega Mega Drives, and they were basically the same color. So this is cool that these are differently colored. Are the shells any different between the X5 and the X6? There's a little piece of plastic from there that didn't quite come all the way off. What's that called? Then there's a word for it. There's a little bit of plastic hanging off on stuff. Anyway, this one has an LED light bar on the top that takes the light out to the top. You get the micro SD card slots there. The cartridges themselves look the same in terms of what's printed, you know, like, but this one mentions the DSP, so that's also interesting. And these say on the back the same thing that the other ones did for the previous video, and I think the back of that Everdrive N8 Pro: do not store in extreme temperatures, do not immerse in water, do not clean with benzene, thinner, or other such solvents, you maniacs. Yeah, And don't blow on the edge connector or touch it with your fingers. I'm not touching the edge connector with my fingers this time. I have my thumb on the plastic. Thank you very much. And you'll look here on the back, they have the cutout so you can put this into, of course, your American Super Nintendo. The only thing I don't like about that is the fact that there's a curvature here and the Super Nintendo is just straight on the front. Kind of fugly. But, you know, that's nitpicking. That's semantics. So, yeah. Let's look at the back of these now. Back of these boxes and see what they say on them. On the N8 Pro, it says it's a Cyclone. I don't know if that's 4 or 1V. I'm pretty sure that's just a Cyclone 4 FPGA. 16 megabytes of ROM memory, 256K of battery RAM for saves, real-time clock, in-game menu, multi-slot save states, excuse me, instant ROM loading, USB ports for development, I thought so, built-in NSF player, that's cool, wide range of supported mappers, NES 2.0 support, and Game Genie cheats. And then your system requirements obviously just mentions what the NES is made up of, and then these are just little icons that kind of reflect what I just read out loud to you. Over here, let's see here. The features start with, okay, there's a lot of differences here. There's enough differences here that I'll read these one at a time. Key features: Lattice ICE 40 FPGA, maximum ROM size up to 7.5 megabyte, maximum save RAM size up to 128K, instant loading, hardware super key, Game Genie cheats, low power consumption, and supported with any Super Nintendo or Super Famicom model. And here it mentions the hardware that those systems are made up of, and then of course icons that reflect those points that we just made. On this one, key features: Cyclone 4 and ICE 40 FPGA. That is interesting that there's 2 FPGAs in there. That means that one of them might be doing the work of this DSP. The maximum ROM size up to 7.5 megabytes, maximum save RAM size up to 128K, DSP X chips supported, instant loading, hardware super key, Game Genie cheats, low power consumption, and supported in any Super Nintendo and Super Famicom systems. And then same thing down here, it has the icons reflecting those things. Cool, alrighty, so that is it for this video. Again, the review of these, comparing them to their siblings, will be in the description below. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Part 3 is coming soon.